Hello, everyone. Welcome, Liam's Lyceum. I'm your host, Liam, aka Himbar, and I have a type of video I don't actually really do ever. I think the last one I did was about a year ago, and it's the same thing pretty much, actually. So I have a pal uh, named Jerry from my own home state, and he is very, very kind to send me books, and he did once last year, and he sent me 3 boxes this time. The last one got here today. The other ones got here a couple days ago. I was patiently holding off on opening them, and I thought I would look at them for the first time on camera. And now there's a lot because there's 3 boxes. I'm gonna start with the smallest box, so because they're all different sizes, um, and just kind of go from there. I'm gonna try to make this quick because I don't want this video to be too long. But um, I'm excited to look at these. I did open these all earlier, so I've seen kind of what's on the top. But the first one up is actually a banger. So we got Alexandre Dumas' Count of Monte Cristo, Le Comte de Monte Cristo. I actually read this in French once. I've never read it in English. I don't have a copy of it. So that's cool. I didn't realize Tor did made a print of this when, I don't know. It says 98. Kind of looks like a late 90s cover. So that's pretty awesome. Great story. Great classic revenge tale. And then we also got, Jack McDevitt's Eternity Road. That looks very interesting, post-apocalyptic, like city and highway, with a like horse and cart in the background. That is interesting. I don't know. The road makers left only ruins behind. That sounds interesting. It's got a Michael Swanwick, and it says natural heir to Isaac Asimov. That's interesting. I'm intrigued, Jerry. Anyways, and then we got, this looks like it's a series. Maybe I can find. Okay, let's see. The Weapons of Chaos Strike Home. The Weapons of Chaos Third Strike. Book 2, Equation of Chaos. Book 3, Colors of Chaos by Robert E. Vardaman. They look very interesting. I think I got a lot of Vardaman last time from Jerry, but I imagine maybe there's a book 1 in here too. And these are in great shape, actually, all of them. I mean, little coloring on the side, but I mean, nothing really to complain about. Then we got Philip K. Dick, The Unteleported Man. That's interesting. Okay, I have like no of Dick books, and I want to read more. I don't even know this one, actually. I've never heard of it. The Unteleported Man. I feel like I've never heard of that. That's interesting. I look forward to reading that. And we have, now a spellbinding motion picture, Blade Runner, which is, of course, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. Look at this copy, though. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, Harrison Ford there, of course, as Deckard. See, I have a copy of this, but it's much lamer looking than this. Only Dick book I have, actually. So, wow. Okay. That's great movie, by the way. I only watched this for the first time last year. Fantastic movie. I watched it right after I read the book. Not like the most faithful adaptation, but a good one. So we got Crisis at Starlight, Book 2, and Bio Warriors by Robert E. Vardaman again. Look at that, the cover. It's got robots and blasters and fire and some very radical looking armor on these guys. Pretty short. A lot of these books are short and pretty typical, I feel like. And we also have Raymond E. Feist. Oh, let's see. This one I should grab too. We got Raymond E. Feist, Magician Apprentice and Magician Master. I believe in the UK, these actually came out as one volume, just Magician. And it is a trilogy, but the first books, right, are much bigger. So it's split in the US, I believe, and I think only in the US. But very cool. Wow, these are nice looking copies. So great art on them, actually. Look at that. That is fantastic art. Wow. Funnily enough, I haven't read any Feist. He's one of those guys from the 80s, 90s period, very transitional decades, that I haven't read, but would very much like to, and do plan on it at some point. But maybe this will push them higher up. Those are very digestible volumes, I feel like. Oh, yeah, we got some Piers Anthony. I believe he sent me one Piers Anthony book last time. I don't know if these are both Xanth. Let's see. The Third Adventure in the Miracle Planet Revealed. I'm not sure. I've never heard of that. Faith of Tarot, or I assume it's tarot, and it's supposed to be tarot. Very revealing woman there. This guy's got looks like a crucifix around his neck. It's very interesting. I haven't read any Piers Anthony either. He's one of those guys that rather popular, but haven't read anything by him. Then we have Gollum in the Gears, which this says is a new Xanth novel. I'm not sure how many Xanth novels there are, but I imagine there's a ridiculous amount. So, but I don't actually know. And then we have more Piers Anthony, actually. Wow. Oh, yeah, decent amount more. We got Bid of a Space Tyrant. Very interesting. This looks like a Bane cover almost. So it's Avon, though. And then we also have this one, Omnivore, by Piers Anthony, which looks very retro. My goodness, look at that. That's psychedelic. That font on the back is actually hurting my eyes. Look at that. Herbivore, Carnivore, Omnivore. That's hurting my eyes. That's interesting. Okay. And then we got more Out of Phase, book 4 of the Prentice Adept series. This looks kind of like the cover of the one I got at the last batch he sent me. The one Piers Anthony book kind of looks like it had a cover similar to this. And then we also have Ox, I believe. This looks like that Omnivore cover, but radical. Look at that. Look at that machine. I don't know what's going on there. It's a little thicker. The red. Wow, I can't think. Sprayed edges. Very interesting. Very cool. Of course, as ever, if you guys have any information on these books that you feel like sharing, let me know. Anthology. Is that the name of a novel, or is this an actual anthology? Because that's a weird name for. Interesting. Oh, is it maybe like a fix? I don't know. That's interesting. Okay. Anthology. It's got a very pop cover. It's like this arch. I wonder if that's like the Utah arch, but it also looks like lakes. Looks specifically kind of like lakes. Interesting stuff. And then we got this, which is insanely exciting because I don't actually have this batch. Okay, so we got some Leiber, who's one of my favorite authors of all time. Named my son Fritz. We got Swords and Deviltry. So I don't have this set. I have the older. I think they're older, different colored set. I'm blanking on where I put them right now. I think Swords and Ice Magic only was released like this originally, so I think I have Swords and Ice Magic in this one. But Swords Against Death, and then you have, let's see, where's Swords in the Mist? Swords in the Mist, and then Swords Against Wizardry. I imagine the other ones are somewhere, but this is the Knight and Knave of Swords, which I don't have this version of it. I will take duplicates of Leiber stuff any day, and these are in great stinking shape. These are in way better shape than my copies. my copies look like they were in some like hotel room that someone had been smoking in for like 30 years. So very, very well loved, you could say. Oh, wow. And then we got Conan. Let's see what Conan we got. We got John Maddox Roberts, Conan the Valorous. So some of the pastiche Conan. I hear Roberts actually writes a really good pastiche Conan. And then we have Conan the Triumphant, which is by Robert Jordan. I've read one of these before. I've not read this one. That cover is really rad, though. I like that cover. I'm not sure exactly what's going on completely. The way Conan stands out with this lady down here, I think is really well done. They are really highlighted well. She doesn't look very nice, though. She kind of looks like she's got horns. Anyways, and then Conan the Fearless by Steve Perry. I'm not sure anything. I'm not really sure about Perry's Conan pastiche. So very rad, though. Very rad. There are more Conan pastiche novels coming out these days, actually. I think it's the City of the Dead or something like that by Hawking, I believe. It's coming out soon or whatever. But that's box number 1. So got some radical stuff in there. Radical will go with my hair. Anyways, let's go to medium-sized box. Let's start off with some Werner Vinge, who I've never read before. I hear good things, and I wanted to. He's one of the guys I do want to read. Again, another one of those. We got Marooned in Real Time, which has a very interesting cover. And we also have True Names and Other Dangers, which sounds like it's a short story collection or something, which is awesome. This cover is phenomenal, actually. I don't know exactly what's going on there, but that cover is awesome. That's even cooler than this one. This is Bane. These are both Bane, actually. So That's awesome. Wow. Okay. I like I said, I haven't read any Vinge. And then we have a Joan D. Vinge. I don't know. Is that there is a relation? Is there a relation to Werner Vinge here? Cat's Paw. Huh. It's kind of a thick one. Again, these are all pretty much in great shape. Those Conan ones are a little rough, but that is fine. And then we got, let's see, we got the Vang, the military form. That looks very interesting. A novel by Christopher Rowley. Looks like maybe like some horror space opera. Interesting. And then the Vang, the Battle Master. Okay, so it's like some maybe alien thing that takes over things. That's very interesting. I've never heard of these, actually. I have to look up those. And then we have, we got Barbara Hambly, actually, which is awesome. I read one Barbara Hambly not that long ago. I wonder if it's in here. I don't see it, but it might be in here somewhere. Because there's a lot of Barbara Hambly in here. Let's see if I can grab as much of it as I can. Oh yeah. All right. So I read this one. I have a copy of this one, actually. Though this is nicer. My copy has like a rip on it. The Ladies of Mandragon. My review will actually be coming out sometime in the next couple months. I really enjoyed this. I've been meaning to read Hambly for a while now, and it looks like I have a good excuse now because there's a good number of Hambly books in here. Like the whole rest of that stack was Hambly, it looks like. Yeah. So Ladies of Mandragon, which is Starhawk. Wow, what's the name? Starhawk in Sunwolf or something? Let's see. Yeah, Sunwolf and Starhawk, I think. Okay. So like an interesting companion, mercenaries. But we got more. I think these are let's see. Dark Hand of Magic is in that series, I believe, as well. And the Witches of Windshar. I believe Witches of Windshar is book number 2. So those are maybe the next Hambly books I'll get to. And it's nice to have those now. And then Dragon's Bane, which is one I've been meaning to read for years. Brandon Sanderson cites this as a very influential work on him. And then I think this is probably another series that I do not know about. The Silent Tower. We got, what is it? The Silicone Mage, which sounds like an interesting sci-fantasy mix. And then the Rainbow Abyss, which looks rad. Look at that cover. That's, talk about awesome. Anyways, these are all look awesome. And then we have this one, which I don't know, looks a little separate from the other ones. A new vampire novel, Traveling with the Dead. A vampire novel. Barbara Hambly wrote vampire novels. Okay, well, color me intrigued because, okay, guys, I'm a sucker for vampire books. I've never heard of this one. I've never heard of it. I mean, I've heard of a decent amount of Hambly's works, though not a lot of people seem to read her. But Traveling with the Dead, and that cover is very popping. I don't know. This pops out to me. I might have to keep this one to the side, guys. Might have to keep this one to the side just so I can look at it as soon as I'm done filming this. Okay. And then we have some more books. Let's see. We got what is Joel Rosenberg's The Silver Crown, The Sword, and the Chain, and Ties of Blood and Silver, which looks like this one might be a science fiction novel is what this one is. It's got some weird alien thing on it. Sorry, my baby is in the background. He's upset. I might just turn to showing you these for a minute. But then we got these other ones, which these look related, of course. Very interesting. I feel like I've seen this fantasy art before. Who did them, though? I don't know. I could look inside, but I will not do that right now. We have iRobot. Wow. Fawcett? I've never heard of Fawcett Crest. Anyone know that publisher? iRobot by Isaac Asimov. Maybe it looks like a 60s version. Doesn't seem to have a barcode, so I'm curious. 1970. Okay, I was close. This copyright's 1977, so later printing. I have not read iRobot. I haven't read a lot of Asimov. Though I enjoyed Foundation, and the gods themselves was okay, I felt like. So anyways. And then we have oh, sick. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. Okay, this makes me insanely excited. The Face of Chaos. I think, is this number 5? So this is Thieves' World. Yeah, this is Thieves' World. I think it's number 5. And then we have Dagger, which is the fifth Thieves World novel. I don't know what comes before that. This is by David Drake, which I've never read any David Drake, which I feel like is probably a crime. Holy crap, that cover looks awesome, though. So simple, but whoever did that did a great job. And then we have Thieves World. I did not have this version of Thieves World, actually. Okay, for those of you who are watching this, you need to read Thieves World. Okay, this is like fantastic shared world fiction. It's kind of heroic fantasy, a little bit sword and sorcery-esque. I know a lot of people who read sword and sorcery don't like it. I think that's a shame because I'm a big fan of this. It feels like kind of a go-between between Dungeons and Dragons fiction, if you read a lot of that, and sword and sorcery. And it came out right around that time. Late 70s was when this first volume came out. But this is the 2000s, like aughts printing, because the original ones have all this Velez cover art. I'm interested to see if there's any more in here. Let's see. Looks like there is. Okay, we got book 12, Steeler's Sky. Oh my goodness, the triumphant conclusion, which is so sad. I wish they would do more of these. Lynn Abbey is still alive. Robert Aspern is not. Uneasy Alliances. I think these are just. Didn't they only do a couple more? Oh, sorry, you can't even see it. I think Jeff Grubb is included in the later ones, which is exciting to me. But we have Blood Ties number 9. Man, these are in great condition. And you cannot go wrong with either these newer editions or the older ones with the Velez art. Honestly, they both look phenomenal. I've never seen a lot of these in person, so I'm super excited. I put Abby in a very prominent position on my shelf. I'm a big fan of Lynn Abbey. She made I think when I did my top 10 books I read last year, I think she was at the number 3 spot. So very high up there. Ben Bova, The Astral Mirror. Really cool looking. I haven't read any Bova, but kind of a bigger name in sci-fi. And then Thrice Upon a Time by James P. Hogan. Very interesting cover. I can imagine looking at this in the library when I was a kid and being like, what the heck is going on here? But I am intrigued. And then we also have 2,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne, of course. I have not read this. Actually, I'm not sure I've read any Verne. I feel like maybe I have, but it would have been a long time ago. So definitely someone I want to read more of. For their, was it science romance, I think. Interesting. And that's a really cool cover done by Tor again, doing more classics Tor, I guess. I'm going to put that one by the Dumas. All right. And then one more stack for this. We got Werner Vingigan, The Peace War, which looks very interesting again. I'm not sure what's going on there. I don't know if you can tell, but looks simple but not. And then Fred Saberhagen's Brother Assassin. Like a robot assassin type of thing going on here. I don't know. That's cool. Cool by me. I'm intrigued. Got my attention. Oh, so that iRobot one must have fallen from this other Asimov stuff, because we got The Naked Sun, which again Fawcett. Fawcett Crest. Never heard of him. This is Del Rey. I've seen these Del Rey books before. We got Science Fiction Adventure, writing as Paul French. I didn't realize he wrote under some pen names. David Starr, Space Ranger. And then we have The Stars Like Dust, which I've heard good things about that one. I'm not sure if it's related to any of his other works. Pebble in the Sky, I think, is technically related to the Foundation series, like as a prequel type of thing. I don't know if that was retroactively done. I have not read it. But I am intrigued. Oh my goodness, Heart of Midnight. That is fantastic looking. Look at that. It's just popping. They need to revive Ravenloft. D&D is kind of getting some novel stuff revived, but they need to grab the present horror community and have them write more stuff. I've read one Ravenloft novel, really enjoyed it. His very first one, Vampire of the Mist, by Christy Golden. But this is J. Robert King. I'm not sure if I've read anything by him. I might have. I read a lot of D&D novels, and a lot of those authors just kind of blend together. Interesting. Love that. I'm going to find my other Ravenloft novel and put it by it. Oh, wow. Okay. I say that, and then there's more. So we have Carnival of Fear by J. Robert King again. And then there's Mordenheim by Chet Williamson. Chet Williamson actually wrote one Forgotten Realms novel as a murder mystery, so I wonder if this is a murder mystery too. Looks kind of like it might be one. Tales of Ravenloft, which I guess, it doesn't say there's an editor on it, but I assume that's a anthology. I've not heard of that one, actually. And then The Enemy Within, who is by that person I mentioned, Christy Golden. I'm a big fan of Christy Golden. I've read I don't even remember how many novels at this point. When I see a Crazy Golden novel, I buy it. So I might leave that one out too, actually. So, yes. Right, that is box number 2. And we're 20 minutes in or so. And we're getting to box number 3. So this is the biggest one. And I'm very, this is so cool. Thanks, Jerry. I really appreciate it. Frank Herbert has a quote on this. This is a very shiny book. You can kind of see that in the camera. Very shiny. Lucifer's Hammer. This is by Larry Niven and Jerry Purnell. A very, they've been a duo for a while now. I like Niven's work. I just read one not that long ago, actually. And Jerry was kind enough to give me more Niven books in the last box. I've read 4 books by Niven. I've enjoyed them for the most part. His character work's not always the best, but I hear he's even better with co-writers. So, and speaking of Niven, we got some Man Kazin Wars, which I believe are like anthologies of these. Well, Man Kazin Wars, exactly what they are. Kazin being an alien race, kind of like these cats. So you can see them on the cover. This cover's really popping though, and it's catching all the light. Number 5, edited by S.M. Sterling, Thomas T. Thomas. What a name. What? Okay. And then Man Kazin Wars 2, Jerry Purnell's, S.M. Sterling. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, that looks great. Oh, wow. Okay, so we got more Niven. These are books I have, but I do not have these copies of them. We have Ringworld, which is... I love Ringworld. Such a good book. Not like amazing on everything, but for what it sets out to do, I think it's fantastic. I really enjoy Ringworld. And then its sequel, Ringworld Engineers, which I wasn't as big of a fan. This one kind of goes along with Protector, which I recently read. But man, that's some great art, though, honestly. And the Ringworld is just so freaking cool. Like, on my channel, sorry, connection's bad here for a second. But I really enjoyed Ringworld when I first read it. I read it the same year I made my channel. I just read it beforehand. Okay, so we got Harry Harrison and Gordon R. Dixon. I just read a Harry Harrison novel for the first time, and Gordon R. Dixon blurbs Linavi's stuff, but I haven't read anything by him. So we have The Life Ship, which is interesting. Again, and it's got a quote by Roger Zelazny on the back, so that is interesting. Looks rad. Don't know where to put this stuff. All right, and then we got Harry Harrison again. Build a Galactic Hero. This cover is bonkers. Like this, The Planet of Robot Slaves. Look at this cover. I don't think I've seen a cover like that before. That's wild. What the heck is going on there? Is this an ad or is this something else in the middle? Oh, it's like art. That's rad. Oh my goodness. Huh. That's cool. Volume 1 of whatever that is. Okay, I'm gonna have to look more into that one. And then you have Winter in Eden, also by Harry Harrison. Maybe some like historic fantasy, prehistoric, not fantasy, maybe fiction. I'm not sure. But West of Eden. Interesting. All right, interesting. That very interesting. There's lots of Harry Harrison apparently, and I'm intrigued. Wow, that art is awesome. Yeah, I can appreciate art from lots of varieties. Stainless steel visions. That's cool. And then we have again, this series looks like volume 4. And Jack C. Haldum in the second. Build a Galactic Hero. I can imagine how cheesy that is, but all right. I think there's more Harry Harrison down there, but first we got this interesting stuff. So we got Children of the Lens by the famous Lensman series. Is this one by E. Doc Smith? It looks like. I've read the first Lensman actually, but I don't have a copy of it. Interesting. That cover is interesting. And then we have this one though, which it says Z Lensman by David A. Kyle. So it looks like they pastiched out the Lensman series too, and I didn't know that, which is very interesting. So we have more here too. This one's number 4, The Gray Lensman. Skylark 3. Okay, I need to go look up what order the Lensman series is in again. This one sounds familiar. These covers are really interesting. Oh, they're Berkeley. Looks like, huh? Yeah, Very, very interesting stuff. Lensman in I think the 60s got voted the second best like sci-fi series of all time, or best series or something like that of all time at the Hugos. We got another Masters of Space by Doc Smith. Doc Smith is the father of space opera, by the way, and I read an article by him once, which I actually thought was pretty good. And the Omnicron Mason, very interesting. I apparently need to read more Doc Smith. He's actually, I don't think he's from Idaho, but he lived in Idaho a good chunk of his life, which is not popular. And I live in Idaho right now, so eclipsing binaries, interesting, more Smith. And then the classic family D'Alembert series, The Purity Plot, with Stephen Golden. So I don't know what's going on here exactly, but this one's with Stephen Golden as well. The Planet of Treachery That Art. Oh my goodness. I want to grab all these, but so we got, let's see, Appointment at Bloodstar, Getaway World, and then we have The Best of E. Doc Smith. Okay, that sounds cool. Jove. I've never heard of Jove science fiction. There's just too much. There's too much, Jerry. All right, then we have Triplanetary. Okay, so this is the one I've read, I think. I've never seen this cover, but I've read Triplanetary. I did not have a physical copy, though. And then we have, let's see, Subspace Encounter. That art is rad. And then we have Skylark of Valorant. And then Skylark Duquesne? I'm not sure. Duquesne, maybe? Okay, is there more? More Doc Smith. Let's see. Oh my goodness, there it is. The Galaxy Primes, which is a very interesting cover. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. And then we have Space Hounds of IPC. And then the Famous Lensman, so that's number 5. Or Second Stage Lensman, that's what it is. This cover is interesting too. I don't know if you guys can see that. Sorry, I'm doing a really bad job, and it's really catching all the glare. I'm gonna try to end this soon. We're at 30 minutes pretty much. Okay, so we got Mike Resnick, Purgatory. Anyone got any recommendations out of these books? It's nice because now I have these books, so you can just tell me and I'll be like, hey, I have that. And then we have Widowmaker, the Widowmaker Unleashed, and then we have the Widowmaker. I assume these are in a series somehow. And we also have the Widowmaker Reborn. Interesting. I don't know anything about those. The name Resnick sounds familiar. And then we have Larry Niven again, The Collected Tales of Gil the Arm Hamilton. Oh yeah, okay, Flatlander. You can see his arms kind of like see-through. Looking pretty interesting. And then we got more Niven. So we have Crashlander, which I assume is related, and then A Gift from Earth. And then we have more Lensman. Let's see. Well, my stacks are getting a little precarious. We have Lensman from Rigel? I don't know. The amount of Lensman is overwhelming. Galactic Patrol. Okay, that is definitely one of the normal series ones. That might have been the first one originally, actually. I think when it was first written, that was the first one. It's number 3 now, though. And then First Lensman. I could be wrong on that. So number 2. And then Triplanetary. Again, oh, it's another copy. And then we got... Oh, my. So many books. Okay, we got the Gray Lensman. Different type of cover, it looks like. We have the Imperial Stars, which I'm not sure what's going on in that cover. And we got the Skylark of Space. And then we have the Dragon Lensman, which looks very interesting. Dragon, but not quite. And then we have Subspace Explorers. That one looks cool. And then the Clockwork Trader. And then this one looks like a superhero kind of costume. Strangler's Moon. Oy. And then we got Jerry Purnell's Falkenberg's Legion. That's Bane. And then we have also a Man Kazin Wars number 4. Bam. Lots of sci-fi this time. They have more. Yeah, then we have another Ringworld Engineers. Man, good stuff. They have more Harrison Planets of No Return, which looks pretty cool. We had that Build a Galactic Hero stuff again. Number 2 this time. Very rad covers again. More art, it looks like, in the middle, which I dig. I like it. Then we have the Stainless Steel Rat Sings the Blues. I feel like I've heard of that before. Interesting. Also Harry Harrison. Pretty interesting cover too. Where did I put this? Okay, over here. And then we got, let's see, more Harry Harrison. Return to Eden. The Smashers of the Galaxy Rangers. And then an Invasion Earth, which that sounds familiar as well. Illustrated edition, I guess. Oh yes, it does look like there's art in here. Oh, penguins. Okay. Last stack, which I've already done some of as well. So we got Stainless Steel Rat is Born. Build a Galactic Hero number 3. And then West of Eden. Okay. I think Return to Eden might be like the first in the series. West of Eden second? I'm not sure. Sounds like interesting alternate history, though. Then we got more Harry Harrison, Planet of the Damned. And we got Build a Galactic Hero. Yeah, this is really cool art. Let's see. One Step from Earth. And we got Galactic Dreams, which I definitely have seen this cover art. Not this art, but this artist's stuff somewhere. Hey, and then the last couple. Harry Harrison and Marvin Minsky, the touring option. Interesting. It's got a robot on the cover. And then we have the Stainless Steel Rat. Once You. What is the Stainless Steel Rat? Someone tell me. Very interesting cover. There is a rat down there. Then we have the Adventures of the Stainless Steel Rat. A thicker volume. Interesting. Okay, and that's the last one. Lots of Harry Harrison. Very, very cool. Lots of Harry Harrison. That might be the most by Harry Harrison, actually, more than anything. Decent Niven. Actually, maybe Doc Smith related stuff. I have the most. But yeah, very cool. Awesome. Okay, I am excited. I am looking forward to some good reading, and this will probably be the last book haul on my channel until who knows when, because I don't plan these out. So again, thanks Jerry for the books. You're too nice. You're too kind. I will definitely put these to good use, whether or not I read all of them, which I might. Just take a while. And I already have lots of books that I haven't read, especially from last time. But yeah, I definitely look forward to, like, here I have this one from last time. I remember I got this one from Jerry too. Have that one over here ready to go whenever I want it. So anyways, I am going to look at more of these books, and it's probably going to give me a headache at some point but I'm not going to stop. I want to do it all at once. So anyways, Liam from Liam's Lyceum, again, comment that you want, whatever comment, just comment something if you want. So, and if you don't want to comment, then don't comment. Anyways, I'll catch you next time.